Hello there, besties. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Gigi, and that's right, it is coffee day. So we're gonna go ahead and do a coffee inspired set. I'm pretty sure we did one last year too. I'll look, and if I find one, I will link it in the little thingy thing in the corner, and then you can click on that and see what we did. It's going to be funny if it was super similar to what we're doing this time, because I didn't look clearly. So what we did was 2 nails are white, 3 nails are this beautiful color by Kiara Sky. Then we are going to do a little bit of mixy mix right here. Boom, 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 boom. I wanted to make sure not to mix them too much, but honestly, I went a little too heavy with the white, and I do end up adding a little more brown in later because it gets a little too coffee with a lot of cream. And what we are doing is like a little marble that simulates that look when you first pour the cream in the coffee and it's not quite completely mixed together, and there are ribbons of the coffee color mixed with the cream color, and I think that's so beautiful, so I thought we would mirror that to here. Now, as you can see, even on this first nail, it's a little too white there at the bottom, so I decided to come in. I laid down a little extra brown for funsies, and I'm just mixing that in semi-strategically, I don't know, to give it more of a swirly coffee vibe, which in the end, I end up digging it, so I think it's okay. I think it's fine. I think it worked out, Kit. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then we're going to do that as well on the other white nail. And I think this one was a tiny bit more successful, but only a little bit. I mean, you're really just going for that swirly coffee look, right? You could even imagine that maybe you just poured the cream in and then accidentally spilled your coffee and it's swirling across the countertop, although that might give you stress, so don't think about that. Don't think about that. That could be my grandson calling me. He has started this new thing. Right now we're making a coffee cup. But my grandson has started this new thing where he calls me Gigi, because Gigi is not actually my name. That's my grandma name. I don't often say my real name on channel, but it is Marcia, in case you were curious. I think I said it one other time at the very beginning of the channel. So you'll have to go way, way back and watch the cringy videos, which this could be cringy. I don't know. Maybe this is cringy. But he stands at the base of the stairs and bellows for me, just hollers my name until I stop whatever I'm doing and come down there to play with him. He is such a sugar. He's gonna be a year old, right, the day after Christmas. Or not a year old, 2 years old, the day after Christmas. So what I'm doing here is making little coffee beans, and we're gonna fill this entire thumb with coffee beans. I'm only gonna show you 3 or 4 of them on this nail, and then you're gonna see a couple on another nail. So while that one is curing, I didn't wanna mess it up. Let's do the second layer of the coffee cup, because of course right now it just looks like, you know, big old pile of dog doo-doo. But it's gonna look like a real coffee cup in the end. It's so cute in the end, so just stick with me. Stick with me, there's layers here. And we're just gonna fill this in. I just basically outlined it on the second one and came in with my striper brush and filled it in, just to make sure that we get full opacity, right? But don't go too thick, because white polish tends to wrinkle, right? Instead of curing, it likes to wrinkle. So be sure that you're working in thin enough layers if you do something like this, any kind of hand drawing where you're doing double layers or trying to get an opacity situation. Just make sure that your thinner layers are your friend. There we go. Sorry. Communication is my skill. Let's go ahead and make another coffee bean, and really all I'm doing is making a dot and then spreading it a little bit in sort of a half, not even a half circle, like a semicircle sort of situation. And then I just use my tiny little brush to fill in the edges where I might want it to be smoother or larger or curved more, curvier. Yeah, curvier, that works. just to give me that full shape. So now once we got the body of the cup done, now we're gonna come in and make the top. And the top sits out a little further. Oh, I didn't like that. Let's do it over. Sometimes you make mistakes, and I usually edit out most of them, but once in a while it's good to just show that the very first time I lay something down isn't maybe the time I keep it, right? Because everybody makes mistakes. The time that it sucks the most to make mistakes is if you haven't thought to base coat over something that you did, right? So anyway, you're gonna see me do a couple more of the beans, and back to just that thought on that is that it's just so simple to make them. At first it was a little bit like, exactly how do I want to do the beans? But as soon as I laid it down that way and I saw the little space in between, right, I liked it a lot. So that's why I did it that way. And also back to the idea of making mistakes. You know what? We all make mistakes in our art. So that's totally cool. And maybe it ends up not being a mistake, but just like Bob Ross says, it's a happy accident. So just let things be happy accidents, right? Sometimes I do that. So now we're coming in and doing the last part of the top of the cup, where it goes in even smaller actually than the actual cup is. So we're just really just drawing lines at this point. We're just drawing lines and then cleaning up anywhere that we don't like how it looks. Like right there. And I'm like, no, a little bit more. There we go, super cute. It's starting to look a little bit like a coffee cup. We are not modeling our cup after any specific chain of any type. We're just, it's a generic cup, and then we're gonna add some stuff. Now, I thought in my head for some reason that I was grabbing like a navy sort of blue, but I'm pretty sure this is the purple one. But it looks so close to black that you can't really tell. The only way to tell that this is purple is to do a very thin sheer coat. And that's kind of difficult, although it does self-level. But you end up with a little streaking in it. But I swear I want to do like a deep purple jelly set. So maybe I figure something out with this, because this color is so gorgeous. And we're getting into the fall and winter, and this is a great color for that time of year, I think. So we're going to definitely be using that more. Just so that you know, you're not maybe noticing that I'm doing a lot of curing on this nail, but I am. Every time, like when I outlined the cup, I popped it in the lamp. Now I'm doing these stripes, and then I'm going to pop it in the lamp. Then we're going to do part of the top, pop it in the lamp, because it's so easy to mess up your line work when you're working. And I mess it up so easily, so I do a lot of curing. I watched somebody do a nail yesterday where they did a spiral all without curing, and they didn't mess it up at all. And I'm gonna have to start practicing that, because what they did I want to do. And so it's just the universe challenging me to improve my skills. And I actually am pretty happy with the line work I did on this particular nail. I think the cup turned out super cute. And I think it's just me trying to get better at doing art. And no matter what medium you're working with or what you're working on, it's still art, right? This is maybe not something that's ever going to hang in a museum somewhere, but that doesn't mean it's not art. And it comes from my heart, and it comes from my joy. So I think it's good to share that. So that's why I love to watch the nail art videos, because everybody's just adding their joy, right? It comes from joy. I don't think anybody who's doing nail art is doing it from anything other than being happy about art, right? So that's why I love nail art. There we go, a little insight into my brain. I don't even know where that came from. Now we're just gonna put latte on this nail, and it could be coffee or any word. You could put Java or bean or whatever you like, right? But I thought latte worked really good because the marble nails is, you know, that coffee and cream situation. So I thought latte worked really well. Plus we're doing this kind of coffee cup that's from like a coffee house place. Although not really, you could get this kind of cup from a truck stop. So I guess that was not a true statement. We're just finishing up. We're just finishing up the outline on this cup. Look how cute it is. I really love this cup. I think it came out super adorable. I actually originally had thought maybe I would just do a brown cup with like a little pink happy face on it, but I decided to just go ahead and go with just like a striped cup. I really like the idea of a dark blue stripe on a cup. So I think it's actually purple, but it kind of reads blue, doesn't it? Let me know what you think. We're not going to make like a gold blue dress thing. No, we're not going to do that. If you remember that whole little moment in time where everyone was freaked out about the color of a dress. Okay, that was me making a mess. You see that? Where there's a huge mess right there? Yeah, that's top coat. There we are, me making another mistake. So I just decided to leave that in because oopsidy doopsidies, everybody makes mistakes. I was laughing, so I hope you laugh with me on that because that's the best way to transcend. I don't think he's saying my name, but he's being super happy downstairs. He's so cute. I love being around my grandkids. It's so amazing. This is the finished set. I absolutely love this celebration of coffee, and I'm a big coffee fan. Let me know what you drink in the comment section below. And while you're down there, don't forget our goal for the month or for the rest of the year is 500 subs by the end of the year. So click the buttons and know that I appreciate you and your time so much. Thank you so much for coming by today. We are going to see you next time. Mwah. Bye-bye.